So yeah, we try and put as much of the museum collection on display as we can, while keeping it safe. And we try and put as many of the portraits out as we can, both in the public areas and in the staff areas.
But there's also an issue of kind of added value for your visitors and so on.
Yes, but again, you've got to balance that with the risk areas. For example, all of these portraits are alarmed. So if someone moves the portrait, an alarm goes off at the security desk. Because, okay, some of the big ones out there in the hall, it would take 6 people. But some of the smaller ones, I mean this one for example, you know, it wouldn't take a huge amount, because a lot of them are smaller and less difficult to move. All of our portraits are alarmed when they're on display. All of our cases with items in them are locked. Some things are alarmed as well, but the portraits are certainly all alarmed. This is the permanent area, really, and everything else is sort of cases that can be moved around, so they're technically temporary, though technically temporary.
And most of this material would be unsupervised to all intents and purposes, I mean on a day-to-day.
Yeah, we do have security staff, and the security guard does random sweeps of the building. And we have 24-hour security, so there's a security guard on site 24 hours. The building, especially staff areas, alarmed, and we all have staff passes to get us into the staff areas and stuff. But yeah, which is why the cases are all lockable and locked with strong glass. I mean, it's not bulletproof glass, obviously, but it's good solid glass.
What percentage of your collection is on permanent display?
An awful lot of portraits are, because we've got nowhere to store them. But I don't know how much of the silver and other bits are.
And you were saying that the main content of the museum collection is portraits and silver.
Yeah. This is our one example of one sort of big example of medical instruments, which is why it's on display like this. It was basically a surgery chest, and the reason it's intact is because it was given to a physician who never really used it.
So a lot of because this is near your main conference area, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of...
And there's a big lecture hall in there.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a big conduit room. However, you will notice this is quite warm in here. So it's really not suitable for organic material, which is why it's mostly silver in here. Because silver, again, it's different environmental requirements. Silver isn't interested in temperature and humidity, particularly. As long as it's clean, of course, and dry. Obviously, if you put silver in a humid, wet environment, it will get covered in mold. But as long as it's clean and dry, silver is not bothered by temperature and humidity. This is a model of... These are two models from two very different time periods. This is a model of our dissecting theatre from which we used in the 17th century and 18th century. And this is actually a model of this building from the architect who designed it in the 60s. So it's quite interesting having the two side by side, because they're both architectural models, but very different in style. So these two cases can in theory be moved, should we wish it. This in theory can be moved. So this is quite a useful juxtaposition, because this is John Keyes, who who was one of the founders of Keys and Gonville College in Cambridge. But he was one of our presidents, and he gave us a lot of stuff as well. And this is his caduceus, which he actually gave to us. So hence we've got a lovely portrait here, and the caduceus here.
So this is an example of really extending the museum and the archive really out into the public spaces of the college.
Yeah. And then we, like I said, we use all the collections. We use sort of library materials, we use archive materials, we use museum materials, whatever tells a story basically.
How often would you change these sorts of exhibitions?
We have the permanent area downstairs, which we try not to change. And then up here, these ones, we try and change them about every year to simply because it stops the items having too much exposure. But if we do it every 18 months, it gives us a bit of a breather between times.
How many of these kinds of exhibition areas do you have?
It's just this lot and then the first floor. And there's a tiny bit on the second floor for the exhibition and some other permanent sort of things and portraits. But essentially the portraits always stay where they are, other than on the exhibition floor. We try to do one every big one every year and a smaller one every year, just purely for workload.
What's your planning cycle in terms of exhibitions?
2 years in advance at least. As part of that schedule isn't just assessing how far in advance we need to do research and talk to other people. It's assessing how far in advance we need to allocate workload. And so if someone's doing an exhibition in a year and a half's time, they're not necessarily going to, in a year's time, be able to take on another big project that's a collection management project. But they will have the next year until then to take on that big collection management project. So for our staff planning, for all the other things we do that aren't as visible as this, that are equally necessary, we do that 2 years in advance, so we know in advance who's going to be busy at a particular time period.